Thank you for the warm intro, Todd W. Smith. Todd, what's W stand for?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Thank you, Todd. The only guy I know who's ever been kicked out of a CPR training course for slipping his tongue to the mannequin. So, Todd, that's the guy you want to party with after the show. How's everybody doing? Good? Having fun?
Yeah.
It's like the 7th inning stretch. You guys can get up and stretch if you'd like. Take a nice deep breath, move around a little bit. Anybody from out of town? Nobody? Everybody's from Burbank.
France.
Right? Is that where we're at?
France.
Where?
France.
France. Thanks for coming, guys. That's a long way. Hope I don't disappoint. Anyway, I like to think of myself as culturally diverse. You guys know that term now that we have President Obama in office. I'm originally from Detroit, but now I live in Afghanistan, or as some people call it, Encino. So I like to think of myself as culturally diverse. Detroit is a great city. I actually heard some great things about the city of Detroit recently. Apparently, the crime rate has dropped significantly over the past couple of years, mainly due to the fact that nobody lives there anymore, including me. So if you're looking for a place for some nice cheap land, Detroit could be your next hometown.
Retirement in Southfield.
Yes, Southfield. Fellow Detroiter. Yeah, culturally diverse is an interesting term. I like to think of my body as being culturally diverse because I'm actually half Armenian. Unfortunately for me, it's the lower half. But I'm also half French Canadian, which is the upper half. But the two halves, they don't get along very well. The upper half is always drinking and smoking way too much, and the lower half is always angry and argumentative. It's kind of like mating a poodle with a Rottweiler. Or for your young folks, Cool Ranch corn nuts. It's just a bad combo. I could, if I wanted to, blame my dad for that, but poor guy's not around anymore. He died at the ripe old age of 33 of testicular cancer. But I tell you this, I'd give my left nut to have him back. I could blame my mom, but my mom's still around. I love her. And I try not to judge her, even though she did smoke during her entire pregnancy with me. It was a choice. We all make bad decisions when we're drunk. Right, sir? Oh, I'm going to let that one sink in for a minute. Well, I recently turned 50. How many 50-somethings we got out there? Yeah, let's hear it. A few of you? 50. Yeah, 50's a tough one because it's an exciting age because you've been on the planet for 50 years. It's also a depressing age because you've been on the planet for 50 years. Also, it's an interesting age because you have just enough of your mind still intact and just enough of your body still intact to know how fucked up you really are. And hopefully, over those 50 years, you've acquired enough knowledge to know that it's pretty much all downhill from here, right? But the quintessential definition of 50, at least I think, is when your bucket list turns into your fuck it list. At least for me, anyway, I don't know. You know, I'm trying to be an optimist here. But when I turned 50, I wanted to do something really cool to commemorate the big 5-0. I wanted to be edgy, but I wanted to be practical. My mind kept going back to this girl that I was dating before I turned 50 who kept forgetting my first name. I don't know how the fuck you forget Ron. But it might have been the fact that she was a drug addict, an alcoholic, and a sex addict, or what I like to refer to as a triple threat. Anyway, I kept thinking about it, and I kept thinking about it, and then I finally realized, I'm gonna get a tattoo. I'm gonna get a tattoo. That's it. That's the perfect solution to what I want to do, right? So after thinking about it, mulling it over, talking to friends and family, you know, what am I gonna get? So here's what I got, and I'm going to share it with you. What happened was I went down to the tattoo parlor and I decided to get a nice big R tattooed on this cheek. And then I got a nice big N tattooed on this cheek. So now, if that special lady just happens to forget my name, all I have to do is bend over and there it is. Gone. She'll never forget it again, and hopefully neither will you guys. That's my time. My name is Ron. Don't forget it. Thank you.